Hey friends, I'm out for a walk and talk here, and I just wanted to share some of my thoughts on personal growth and what I see as the thing that holds most people back. You can hear probably the snow crunching under my feet. There's it. It's a beautiful blue sky, bluebird day here. But yeah, and the moon's out. I just wanted to get this off my chest because it's something I keep seeing when I am in conversation with people, my clients, but people I work with. And so often when we look at the pain, especially the pain that men are in relationships, in blended families, in business, usually guys know what they need to do. They know what they need to do, but what they need to do is connect with someone who can slow them the fuck down, slow you the fuck down, so that you can find your answers. And I think that's almost like the definition of coaching. It's different than consulting, because if I'm in a consulting role, I'm going to tell them exactly what to do. But the funny thing is, usually the way that I consult is I direct them to action. I direct you to action. That'll unlock it. That'll help you find the answers and the shit you need to do. What people pay premium for is permission. Is to give yourself permission to have that support, have that extra set of eyes on your blind spots and your patterns, so that you can do what you already know you need to do. And the real thing I wanted to talk about today is self-trust, because I think that's the big barrier to people pulling the trigger and taking bold action. And trust is a funny thing because it's a multi-dimensional thing. We usually create our sense of trust as we develop as individuals. And so there's a hologram to it. I can't trust myself if I can't trust others. And that's how we get stuck in patterns in relationships, whether it's a marriage or a business partnership. Trusting yourself to lead is huge. Trusting yourself to be seen, to be messy, to not know, to make mistakes. And usually it's not procrastination that's the problem, but it's perfectionism. Perfectionism's the thing that's underneath procrastination, because people will have this ideal in their mind of making everything perfect. And if it's not perfect, there's a fear of abandonment and rejection. So there's the trust of self, there's the trust of others, and this is primal, and this is an imprint that gets laid down in our early years, usually with mother, right? Is the parent figure gonna be there with me and has got me? And so there's a level of, do I trust myself? Do I trust others? And then the third layer of trust is like trust in God, trust in the divine plan. And that's the biggest one for adults, unlocking the next level of leadership. I posted today something about how knowing God and reparenting yourself is similar. Because as a man, I'm going to start to recognize all the places where I haven't trusted myself. And here's the thing. If you're self-sabotaging, or if you're not trusting the world at large, trusting life itself, you may need to look at all the promises that you've broken to yourself first, because that's where it starts. When you stop breaking the promises that you make to yourself, then you find a lever within you where you become trustworthy to yourself. And then you can move mountains. You can move action. And that inner trust is also a hologram of trusting the purpose that God planted in your soul, the seed of mission. I like to sometimes call it my assignment. When I'm finally at peace with my assignment and I accept my assignment, I actually become an obedient servant, and I become an obedient son, a child of God who's willing to listen. And there's a great ego death in that, because there's a sunk cost most of us have in believing we are who we think we are. And so that sunk cost is what keeps us stuck in investments that are going nowhere because they're not God's plan. In order to really give it up and get the breakthroughs, you got to let go of fear and you got to step into the wilderness. It's just like, I think it's an Abraham story in the Bible where he has to leave his father's house, leave the known world, and be led through the desert in order to come into right relationship with that obedience, with trusting God. So self-trust and trusting God are, in a way, the same thing. So that's what I wanted to talk about. Thanks for being inside of my ecosystem. Thanks for hearing my message. And that's what I want for you. That's what I want for you. I want for you to just say, fuck it. I'm going to fuck around and find out. And I'm going to pull some triggers here because guess what? We're only here for so long. Our days are numbered. All of our days are numbered. So we might as well F around and find out. F around and find out what would happen if you actually started to trust yourself and started to make boss moves. Maybe it's quit that job. Maybe it's start that business. Maybe it's end that business. Maybe it's the relationship commitment. Maybe it's something to do with your growing family. Maybe it's about ending relationships and breaking the taboo of putting yourself first. Whatever it is for you, whatever is the place where you need courage today, that's just what I want for you, is to take a shot in the arm of courage. Trust yourself. Go get them. Bye for now.